Hope everyone's good. Apparently, is there a crash out happening right now? Oh, kind of. Hold on. Also, hello. How are we doing? Hello, YouTube. Hello, Kick. Also, welcome to Rumble. We are streaming on Rumble today, which is why it took me like an extra minute to get everything set up, because I wanted to make sure that our friends over on Rumble were able to also see the stream. Let's see. Well, I can't actually show this particular tweet from Jer because we are on YouTube and I don't want my stream to get taken down. Jer I'll just read it to you. It says, "This lunatic from Canada sent about 100 of these yesterday. Anyway, try some of our coffee this weekend, available on the website." And what he has screen captured looks like an email or a snippet of an email. But it says, "Hey, this email is from a person named Wade." And it says, "Hey, Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy Dale Hambley. How are you, F slur? Just here to hope you drop and your business burns to the ground, you fat F word. I gotta clog up your inbox just like you clog your toilet. Learn to block or the messages will not stop." So he's being trolled. Now, whether or not this leads to a Miller time, I guess we will have to wait and see. But I guess we will go ahead and not bury the lead here today. Yellow Flash, as you guys know, does a weekly Saturday evening live stream. Tonight is a very special quartering detractor edition of Flashcast. So appearing will be Don Flurgandy, Camelot, Madam Savvy, Luther Morgan, and myself. Yes, we will all be on Flashcast tonight. We have some stuff to talk about today. We could be dealing with the Miller time because 8 minutes ago, I'll show you guys, we're on Miller time watch right now. We have now this, I can't show you the top tweet, but this this tweet which says, "Dealing with Canadian police from America is suboptimal." So it sounds like he's still reporting that guy that we talked about a couple of weeks ago to Canadian authorities, trying to get something handled and dealt with, and he's not having a good time from what it looks like. At least he can't touch Kick. Very true. Very, very true. But Jer is spurging out, saying he's literally reposting and screenshotting every single email from this Wade person. But I do have his Twitter page open, so if anything breaks, I will just give it a quick old refresh, and we will jump into that. If something happens, right, we will pivot immediately and cover it. But let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to start with some miscellaneous Jer stuff. We're going to start with some posts that I saw on X, kind of see where Quartering's head is at over the last few days. We're going to go ahead and start with a post that I made, which originally was posted by Yellow Flash, which says, "How many times is this guy going to get owned by his own search bar, Lamau?" Jer has a deep affection, we'll just put it that way, a deep affection for the Kino Grove. So if you're not following the Kino Grove over on X, I would highly, highly recommend that you do. They do a great job of flipping Jer's streams into kind of digestible segments for people to kind of be able to see what's going on, keep up with them, etc. And Kino Grove's really been on it. So on it so much that Jer has been caught by his search bar looking at more Kino Grove posts. We've caught him archiving the Kino Grove in the past as well, which is pretty, it makes you wonder why he's doing that, right? I'm going to tell you guys right now, when I'm clipping Jer's shows for these weekend streams, I am constantly having to go back and rewatch things. Like, I have to back up 2 or 3 minutes because he's so boring that I find myself mentally drifting off. Like, not necessarily falling asleep, but that he's so boring that my mind just wanders off on other things, or I'll start multitasking. I'll be doom scrolling on X or whatever, and I realize, like, I've just completely forgotten what he said. It's hard clipping Jer, but I love that you guys appreciate it, so that is thanks enough for me. It sounds like mental torture. It can be. Ames over on YouTube as well with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. With Ames saying, do you think Jer will eventually concede? My honest answer to that is no, I don't. I think that Jer, his biggest problem is his pride. I think he has a lot of pride, and that that is really what causes him to borrow a phrase from our wonderful friend Don Flurgandy, why it causes Jared to step on so many rakes. Because instead of just being willing to admit when he's wrong and admit that he's messing up, his pride causes him to keep moving forward like nothing is wrong. And we see this with his coffee company too. His pride is driving, in my opinion, a lot of these decisions that he's making. So I genuinely, unless he really comes into a point where he has absolutely nothing left, that I think once he hits true rock bottom, the house is gone, the businesses are gone, his YouTube is gone, all that, the Rumble is gone. Once everything is gone, I think we might get some humility at that point. But before then, I would say no, probably not. So yeah, so Jer got caught again via his search bar. Guys, this is Oreo. She is very much like a Baxter Flurgandy in that she likes to be a little bit of a chaos demon and a streamus interruptus. So don't mind her. He will, and we have Magnificent Devil on YouTube saying he will never admit to it. One day he'll just stop talking about it and ignore, block anyone who, yeah, absolutely. He 100%. She's in the window. He 100% will. You're completely right. He's just gonna pretend like it never happened and try to memory hole it. But the internet doesn't forget. But moving on here as well. We had, now if you guys didn't join us yesterday was real interesting because we had the big debate and we're gonna cover it. I've clipped it up for you guys. Jer stream sniping the big debate between Andrew Wilson and Candace Owens. During his live, he received one $2 super chat. That was it for the entire stream. Made $2, which I managed to screenshot before Jared deleted it. From Master Debater 28 over on Rumble, who said, Jer, why are you so invested in this debate when you ran from 3 debates you asked for on Twitter? You went to Josh Moon for a debate with Kino Casino, then ran from them, Yellow Flash, and Rex. Jones. Definitely asking the real questions for sure. Why does Jer still live stream? Is he under contract? So that is a discussion we often have during our weekly Rumble streams during the week about why he's still continuing to live stream and not just go back to putting up standalone videos. And a kind of running theory in our Rumble chat is that he has a lot of Rumble has a lot of money tied up in Jer still from the contract that he hasn't technically earned yet because he hasn't streamed enough hours. One thing that happens a lot is if you're not familiar kind of with how like the raw logging goes, is sometimes what happens is Jer is super late, or he will only stream for an hour or maybe 45 minutes and then leave, or he will just not show up at all and not announce that the stream is canceled. So I think one of our theories is that he hasn't fulfilled his stream obligation to Rumble's satisfaction. So therefore he is still required. They're like Rumble saying, hey, if you want the rest of this money, you need to stream more and produce the content. I love how random people can felt Jer and make us all laugh. I know. Yeah, Warhawk, we kind of covered that off the top. That's kind of what has put us on Miller Time watch at the moment. Hold on. Breaking news. We're on Miller Time watch. So, bringing this up right now, we have a Packard Walsh who replied to one of these emails that Jeremy is leaking saying, you've certainly drawn an army of obnoxious trolls lately. Maybe they just don't like coffee. And then we have Goat here saying, I think it's because Jeremy is flagging channels down. He flagged Kino Casino. I think this will continue and escalate till Jeremy apologizes to them. To which Jeremy replied, is that a threat? Now, this does not seem like a threat to me. I think this reads as, hey, this is a statement of fact. He flagged the casino, or if he didn't flag it, well, he admitted to bearing that he did. He flagged the casino, and he's never acknowledged it or taken responsibility for it. And then we have Goat responding to that saying, it's called an observation. Your intimidation tactics don't work on the uninitiated. Not a threat, it's an observation. Yep. He wants it to be a threat so he can cry about it. Yeah, he does. Yeah. He absolutely wants to pretend like I'm under attack. Speaking of pretending to be a victim, and I love Military Watch. I love that we can all bond over getting Jer too. He deserves it. Yeah, I agree, Saint Milano. You know what's so funny? What I've kind of realized over the last few months is this whole kind of quartering detractor community that has kind of organically sprung up and organically kind of come together. Y'all are some of the nicest people I've ever had the pleasure of talking to, and everybody's like real supportive. People are giving everyone else credit when they find stuff. Nobody's trying to outdo anyone else. Like, it's so nice. It's so nice. But yes, speaking of cope and pretending to be a victim, we have this email. Now, this comes, speaking of giving people credit, this comes courtesy of Dermy Wormy, who received another email from Jeremy, from the coffee brand coffee account, another creepy, weird, parasocial attempt at getting a coffee sale. So the email reads, hey, Jeremy here. We've been putting in a lot of work into the Coffee Brand Coffee website lately, making it quicker, cleaner, and much easier to find the best coffee around. I'm so thankful to everyone who has supported my small coffee business over the years, and I can't wait to hear what you think about our new flavors coming out soon. More to follow. And to celebrate, we're offering a really great discount for you. So we have a link here for the subscribe and save discount across the entire shop. Watch the video there. I put out a new video yesterday. After the stream, make sure you go watch it if you haven't watched it yet. I talk about the subscribe and save, the way it's set up right now and why it's such a problem. He has changed the price on the coffee on the website to a flat $20. So when you do subscribe and save on a $20 bag of coffee, you only get $1 off. That really doesn't seem, that wouldn't move the needle for me personally, regardless of it being a coffee company that I believed in and wanted to support. You know, take Jeremy out of the equation for a second. If I had a favorite coffee brand and they're like, hey, if you sub every month and do reoccurring subscriptions, we'll give you a discount. And I looked and I saw it was only $1. I'd say absolutely not. No way. But let's continue. And then down here in red, we have Jer saying, if you're a regular buyer, this is a great opportunity to save on all future orders. There's never been a better time to start with some really exciting new flavors coming soon. So let's go back to this parasocial coffee brand coffee email that Dermy Wormy posted. So this is the second half of the email. Jer says, I know things have been rocky over the last few months. I've been hard at work to get all the issues sorted. Now we have almost 10,000 5-star reviews. Who actually believes that there are 10,000 5-star reviews on Coffee Brand Coffee? I don't believe that for a second. Because of your support, we are able to get our coffee on Amazon and Walmart shelves. First of all, your coffee is not on Walmart shelves. It's on Walmart Marketplace, sir, which is entirely different to being in an actual store. And we hope to reach even loftier heights. All that said, I'm so very humbled at the feedback and support you guys have given us. And I am really looking forward to the years ahead and can't wait for you to see what we have next. 2-star on Trustpilot? Is it really? That's sad. That's sad. Those are the ones that I had bookmarked. I did have a few that I also screen grabbed from Jer's own Twitter page. So I'm going to pull those up now. The Trustpilot is under attack by the woke trolls. Oh, I believe it. Let's jump into these Jer tweets that I pulled. First of all, we have this wonderful quote tweet from Jer saying, no one drinks like Wisconsinites, and he goes, can confirm. So we all know that Jer recently said he gave up alcohol again, probably for the 50th time this year. Just this year alone, just in 2026, saying, oh, I've given up alcohol. So I would take this maybe as he probably still is drinking a bit. And then next up, we have another quote tweet here from Jer, from a parody account of all places, of this parody account replying to one of Jer's tweets saying, you're fat, and to which Jer says, I'm getting less fat. So we've got the self-deprecation jokes are in full swing at the moment. And then we have this person replying to that saying, there's zero evidence of that. Stop eating, fatty. So again, Jer clearly engaging with detractors and trolls on Twitter as per usual. Oh, and then we have Jer again engaging with detractors and trolls on X. Again, reposting a detractor who replied to a tweet saying, "Do you always bitch at everyone for Candace? She ain't gonna fuck you, dude." To which Quartering replies, "Every one of her babies were IVF and she's never even had sex with her husband because he's obviously gay. I don't know, but I know." Now, I have some thoughts about this. One being that Jer has very clearly stated that, and these are his words, okay? I'm not saying it's actually true or not, it's just what he has said, that uh he and his wife are still trying, or they hope to have kids one day. Well, they're both in their mid 40s at this point, and so that's one thing. On top of it, being extremely obese actually reduces how fertile you are. It happens both to men and women. And sometimes, especially when you are in your later reproductive years, for speaking as a woman, sometimes having a baby the natural way is very, very hard when you get into your 40s. So being later in life, your late 30s or 40s, IVF is honestly a very viable option for a couple that still wants to have a baby to have a baby. And in my opinion, they should not be shamed for that. If you have two people who want to be genuine, loving parents, and they have to take a fertilization route to get there, I don't see a problem with that. He's just being a poopy pants dum-dum about this. And yeah, he's just being completely ignorant and dumb. That is my position, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, he has no room to talk about other people having babies. Exactly. He really genuinely doesn't, because as far as, I mean, here's the thing, right? When it comes to the kid thing with Jer, he overshares with us on everything. We know he is a chronic oversharer. There's a reason why I call him Jer the Overshare Bear, because he tells us everything that's going on with him. But he's been weirdly silent on the kid thing. That tells me that it seems like they are not particularly interested in trying to have a baby. And so for him to sit there and scold somebody else on how they should conceive a child that will be loved and cared for, he has absolutely no place to be doing that. That's just my opinion. All right. So next, we had a poll. So this was from yesterday. So, and I unfortunately could not vote in the poll because I am blocked on Twitter. But he put up this poll yesterday. So the Andrew Wilson and Candace Owens debate was going on. He, I believe, was active in the chat pretty much from the start of the debate, which I actually have evidence of here that we're going to show here in a minute. But he, a couple hours in, he puts up this tweet going, should I take the day off or react to the debate live like everyone else is? He hyped up this debate so much. He contributed $5,000 to Andrew Wilson to help pay Candace Owens for this debate. And you're not going to take advantage of streaming it and providing your commentary on the issue because you present yourself like a informed political commentator. but you're 2 hours in on the live debate and then decide to go live? Because that's what happened, is he did eventually decide to go live. He put up this poll, and I think the answer here, that the majority answer from his followers over on X, was that he should take the day off. And then he just decided to stream anyway. And so that is going to be the next thing. Oh, before we get there, we have one more tweet that we're going to look at. But yeah, he decided to just go live anyway. And I'm like, bro, why didn't you just go live from the beginning? That makes zero sense. This was off of, he put up a tweet, I believe yesterday, about his weight loss and how he's down. I think it was like, 15 pounds or so. And so he started getting all the ass pats that he was looking for from his dents. And then there was this comment that popped up that says, "Congrats on that, but make sure you are getting plenty of collagen, vitamin C, red light as well, as time under tension for all muscles. Then you can lose weight and turn into a monster like I did, and not a flabby, translucent skinned loser virgin." And what they're talking about is, obviously, when you're morbidly obese and you lose a lot of weight, excess skin becomes a thing. And so guys talking about, hey, make sure that you're taking necessary steps to avoid excess skin. And then Jer says, "I have a red light booth, but haven't set it up yet. What were your benefits?" Here's why I pulled this tweet. Jer says he has a red light booth. Now, when you Google red light booths, they only come in like these full body sizes. These things range anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000. He has one of these in his house. Just remember that the next time he puts his hand out saying, "Please fund my next trip. Please give me money so I can buy a K-cup machine. Please give me money so I can keep Mel on staff and not fire her." Not exactly, old man. Here, I'll pull up an example so you guys can see. Here is an example of what he bought. There are these booths that you stand up in, right? They're vertical. So you get inside of it and close the doors and expose yourself to the full red light for $20,900, $22,000 with tax. So he has the molecule chamber from Superman 2. Just remember, he said, where is it? He says right here that he has one of these in his house the next time he's asking the audience for money. Say, "Hey, Jer, why don't you sell your red light booth?" So that is what is going on with old Jer at the moment. Why? Because apparently it helps with cell regeneration and energy levels, and it helps apparently give the skin elasticity. So as you're going through a massive weight loss, your skin has more elasticity and it's more readily supposed to like bounce back and not hang and be saggy and loose. Well, he hasn't even set it up yet. It says right he says right here he's not even set it up yet. As someone who's lost a bunch of weight, I never needed any kind of red light. Nightmare, I'm right there with you. I've lost 72 pounds and I've never used any form of a red light booth or red light therapy for that. Or just take care of yourself. Yeah, exactly. But let's go ahead and jump into this edit I did for you guys from yesterday's stream. Now, like I said, the big debate was going on yesterday between Andrew Wilson and Candace Owens. It was being streamed in multiple places on Rumble. It was also being stream sniped by multiple other creators, like Crowder, for example, and a couple of others. Timcast was also stream sniping it as well. Big content creators that were able to provide additional commentary. Mikey No More as well. Just to set this up for you guys, Jer just fires up his stream live in progress in the middle of the debate. It was about 2 hours into the debate where he fires up his live stream, and we're going to jump in live with Jer from there. It's muted. All right, there we go.
That I've discussed that were outside of the court hearing and things like other.
So this is literally how the stream starts, by the way. And if you notice, hold on, let me take all this down for a second. He's got his overlay all messed up here. Nothing is sized correctly. He's paying attention, and you guys will see this. He's more concentrated and concerned with what's going on in the chat and what Candace is saying, rather than being a streamer and adding commentary and discussing it with his chat.
Evidence that's come across our lap and things that we've been speaking about. But I just do want to make it clear to viewers that
just not even paying attention to his audience, gasping for air, typing,
for whatever reason you think
all kinds of stuff.
Have a right to sort of depose me.
I'm not deposing you. I just want to ask you some questions.
You literally said that I want to be able to question you.
This is a meta conversation.
Also, he thought it was a good idea to stream this with the chat up from the Crucibles channel. Let's see how that works out for Jer. Shall we? It's a bold strategy. Let's see how that works out.
So now we're transcending. Like let's use a word to use a word that you're saying. But this is what you're doing.
And so he just continues to sit here. I've got this on 4 times speed, by the way. Kitty. I've got this on 4 times speed, by the way. He started the stream and said nothing for minutes. Still not saying anything. There was so much dead air. It was unbelievable. And yeah, here we go. So instead of participating in, instead of entertaining his audience and providing commentary, what does he do? He starts typing in chat and says, "She's melting down." Bro, if you were just going to participate in chat and play on your phone, just don't go live. Just don't go live. It's not worth it. And again, he's typing in chat going, he waited for this moment. Trying to glaze Andrew Wilson. It's just, hi kitty. He barely has an audience left to entertain. It's very true. Go check out Reardon Steele on X. Reardon has a really great video of how the views went from basically nothing for about 20 minutes to all of a sudden the bots rolled in. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. Hi, Miss Ma'am. I see you. He's still just sitting there giggling, paying attention, just typing in chat, being a viewer instead of being a live stream. On his phone, checking his pulse.
We can't say that for certainty until we know what other the 5 sets of prints were on.
So that would be no as far as you know.
Nah.
We can't say that for certain.
That was literally the first audible reaction he had since starting his live stream. We're about 5 minutes in to his live. Like I said, I sped it up 4 times for brevity's sake, but that little noise that he made was the first audible reaction he made since he started. It blows my mind.
You can say no as far as I know for certain.
We can't say that for certainty.
Here we go.
If your energy here is going to be like you're my dad and you can tell me how to speak or what I'm supposed to say, this is you saying I want to. Oh,
it's all over now, boys. But
he's so bad at this. He's just letting it play. He's not pausing it. He's just talking over what they're talking. It's just like that to me as a viewer is incredibly hard to listen to. Because having to try and listen to him, look at his face, by the way. I guess if it's live, fine, don't pause. But Jared, no, he doesn't. And I cut most of this out, but I left a little bit of it in to just kind of show the point that he really just never added anything. Andy, that's a sticker. Oh, yeah. So, all right, let's keep going.
Ryan,
you asked me. You're not gonna go like where you're okay. Sitting and I'm on trial. I'm not on trial.
Okay, great.
Your ideas are though.
Let's talk about the French. Let's talk about the Foreign Legion.
Sure. It was told to me by somebody who is high up in the French government. I passed off that information to Tulsi Gabbard's office. I also passed it off to Trump's office, Donald Trump's office. And that's all I can tell you. I wouldn't be able to probe any evidence because I don't have the power to do that. I'm not the
How you guys doing?
I would also like to say that this becomes
nothing to add. He's got nothing to like. What was the point of this? Nothing to add. He just goes, "How you doing, chat?"
This other piece of what you do, which is when people say,
"Here we go. She's melting.
I'm willing to have that conversation." And
she's melting.
Correct government body that deals with this. Like I can't hack into.
And then again, he's just participating in the Crucible's chat instead of paying attention to his own chat. Now, granted, he really didn't have that many people in his chat at this point, to be fair, but still, you know, one of the very first things I learned doing live streams was even if you have 0 people in your stream, you still gotta act like somebody's there for you to talk to. Like, it's so crazy to me.
To Emmanuel Macron's bank account and say whether or not
she's melting.
But then you go, well, where's your?
Oh, we're gonna get there, Glass Whisperer. Don't you worry. 5K well spent.
Your evidence is like, well, my evidence is that I reported it. I did the right thing that you're gonna do. So if somebody calls and says, hey, Andrew, there's a viable death threat,
she's melting,
you, and that person that I got from
I reported a guy to the police who uploaded a video and said he was gonna. Your evidence, the video, him saying he's gonna.
Just want to make sure.
So Jared takes Candace's story as an opportunity to make it about him and the crazy guy from Canada that he reported to Canadian police. You can't make this stuff up. You really, really, really can't.
And that's why I say that he stopped and ate at Chick-fil-A, which if you were into LGBTQ issues wouldn't be your lunch before you go kill Charlie.
A lot of gay people eat there.
Issues, because
how would he know that? How would Jared know that a lot of gay people eat at Chick-fil-A? Like, I'm genuinely asking.
Killing Charlie Kirk.
I have already said, and if you're watching my show and the context of what I said, this is the general.
Andrew expertly set the trap. He sprung the trap.
That is Israelis.
He's just his hate boner for Candace Owens is so large that he will just glaze anyone against her. The devil himself could be sitting in that chair where Andrew Wilson is, debating Candace Owens. Candace could have the backing of the Holy Spirit. But if the devil was sitting across from her, he hates this woman so much, he would agree with everything the devil said. That's just my opinion.
There were also, obviously
Joe Carroll made the claim.
Well, Joe Kent, who I think would have the right to assert it, noted that there were 12.
And then you got, he's typing in the chat again.
He expertly waited and just sprung the trap.
Now it could be, or not the week
prior.
It's
over.
It was
it's over.
Or 6 that took place.
He actually got to bring up the question.
The almost desperate lies about Charlie shifting opinion on Israel lead us to believe that there could be an Israeli.
Oh my God! Throw in the towel! Throw in the towel!
the shots, and this is how it happened. I'm going to put that out there with full confidence.
He's got nothing to add to this. There was no reason for him to live stream this.
Oh no! No!
So you think you with full confidence you think that
yeah, I think Israel's involved.
Now she has to though. Now she has to.
That gave me that thing that I reported said that
now she has to stick to it.
Again, this would be
No.
Oh, old man Kung Fu, I think everybody has a low opinion of Jeremy. How to add anything when he's socially empty. I know, Mango. I know.
Just ask me what I think, and I just tell you, yes, I think they are involved.
That's a claim.
No, I said here's what I think.
I have every right to ask you about your claim.
Yeah, but
and if there's positive evidence for your claim.
In this statement, I literally just said I think.
How do I close this now?
Yeah.
How does he not know how to close? It baffles me how he doesn't understand how to operate the website that he shills for so religiously.
Yeah, you're allowed to think, but you're making a claim.
I have
All right, hold on a second.
One's positive.
He couldn't figure out how to do it, so he just refreshed the page. That is where we are. He couldn't figure out how to close the Rumble rant, so he refreshed. Okay.
Evidence for why it is.
Oh, it's over. It's over. He's killing her.
Traumatic public assassination.
Oh no.
Okay, here we go. So let's back it up for a second here. All right. So, Jer,
what happened?
Refresh the page,
oh,
sir.
It doesn't like that. I have it live on the other side. Hold on a second.
And he's on his phone. Dead air on the phone. The stream isn't even going for his chat.
Hold on.
That's a big ol' alert if I ever saw one. He's still on his phone. Quartering is attacking Misty. How? Jeremy!
Hold on.
Hold on. We're holding, sir. Oh, here we go. See, now the chat has... This is the point where it gets good. Because now the detractors have realized that Jer is streaming with the Crucible's chat visible. So, all you dedicated A-logs out there went into this chat and just started typing. And here we go. This is the golden. So first of all, we have Mario Tor 87. Shout out Mario Tor saying the quartering is a cuck. Adam Sellers Jubal. Let's go. He's still in the middle of his dead air campaign, by the way. And then we have Mario coming back in saying, tagging quartering and say at the quartering is a cuck.
All right.
I did tell you where it came from. Like I said, I can explain it to you. I can't understand it for you.
Okay. Here, I got it.
We still got Mario's message up there.
Yes. When you pass down that message to a talk.
And then we had where there was another message. I must have missed it. Hold on. Let's back up a second. It was Mario. There was somebody else too. I want to make sure everybody gets their credit on this. Actually accurate. Jer's 3 dabs. All right. So we have we have Mario.
Hmm.
Just about to say he's looking him up. Yeah, for sure. Stream is still not going, by the way. And then we have Mario coming back in again, calling Jer a cuck.
All right.
I did tell you where it came from. Like I said, I can explain it to you. I can't understand
It's so funny.
Okay. Here, I
where
got
you
it
said
fixed.
that. You just don't like hearing it.
No,
Candace, just out of curiosity,
Yes.
when you pass down that message to a Tulsi or Trump,
Tulsi's office, yes.
Tulsi's office, are you?
And then we had Kino Hydrahead coming in. Shout out Kino Hydrahead, who's in the chat right now, saying, "Hail Hydra, bish." He started to I think you're right, Reardon. I think he did start to notice, and that's why he's on his phone right here as well.
Giving them who told you that, or you're just saying, "Here's what I heard from somebody."
I have this information.
Sure.
And of course, if they wanted to open a file on it, which I thought was quite mysterious, that.
And we have Jeremy from TheQuartering. Stop running from Yellow Flash. And Hail Hydra, Suffager.
Mysterious. Everything's mysterious.
So the A-logs just completely start to take over at
It was
this
kind
point.
of weird about like.
Oh, that's weird too.
Maybe
Everything's
maybe they're
weird.
not the
Weird,
correct
weird,
office, too. I did
weird.
receive a response from
Brad Cool making his first appearance, saying Jeremy Hambley sucks. And then Mario again coming in with "at the quartering gets cucked by Adam Sellers." Andrew, please ban these nasty trolls. Jared Wilson's the end. Well, yeah, exactly. Kino Hydrahead, I agree with you. I for as much as we make fun of Jer and all his silly missteps, I genuinely do hope that he gets the help he needs with the alcohol and the pill use, because it's not going to end well. It really isn't.
Tulsi Gabbard's office, but I don't think there was ever any investigation into.
And then we have Cocksnot saying Quartering has a poop fetish.
What
Got
I said.
it. So the call was.
So it's just coming in from all angles at this point.
Hey, I've been
Emailed.
told the email.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got an
Email was,
anonymous
I've been
email and
told
said they
I
were
have
French
information,
assassins.
Yeah, that the French Foreign Legion was on the ground.
So if they.
All right, what do we have here? Oh, down here at the bottom. Let it play for a second. So it tweets up. We have Jeremy Hambley got his ass beat by Rex Jones. So again, A-logs coming in with the facts.
Be comfortable giving 100%.
Not the poop fetish.
I would absolutely give them as much information
can I
as
ask a
possible.
question? If
Then we have Quartering as a cuckold fraud who sexually harassed Sydney Watson. It just goes on and on and on. And I'm telling you guys, I captured the very best moments for all of you today.
if whoever's the U.S. government, why are you not?
Yes, it's very strange.
And then we have Weekend saying Bretling, Quartering's head mod, thinks it's all right to marry 16-year-olds. And then Mario coming back in saying, at the Quartering likes to flag down people who make fun of him, which is true.
You know, so if that's the case, now they may respond back and say, we did, you know, that's their position.
Never
That's
happened.
why I did it in writing.
And so I'm glad that's the case because so if they
and
do
right
ask-
away,
Never
in Trump's
happened.
Office,
That's what we got going on here, right?
Back
Never
to me, it was on
happened.
his desk, so he has that. There's no.
That's
and if
the
you
reality
do
here.
Say that, and they contact that individual.
Now, just to give a recap, the first.
This is the first time he actually paused the stream to provide any sort of context to what's going on in this debate, by the way.
Half of the debate, I thought, pretty boring. A lot of feels, vibes. This until she couldn't back out anymore, and now she's.
Oh, so we have again. We've got. He's finally providing his thoughts. And in chat, we've got Jeremy Hambley, the Quartering is a false flagging communist. He is against free speech.
Completely cornered, and she's too far in, 2 hours in, to back out now.
You see, you don't have to leak your sources here. Is there enough credibility where that person?
And then again, we've got Jeremy, stop running from the casino, you false flagging cuck.
would be willing to talk to them and explain to them exactly what their sources are.
What they're basically proving now is there was never any assassination attempt on her.
Me to defend that is like
I'm not. Never
I
did.
think those are two different things. That's more
Two
something I'm
totally
asking
different
to say,
claims.
why are they not reaching out to you?
I've asked that many times on my podcast.
What do you think about that, Andrew?
What?
The fact that she emailed, she gave it, and nobody reached out to want to contact.
Because it wasn't a credible
They
threat.
didn't think it was actionable.
Oh, and then we've got here, I'll let it scroll up a little more. So we've got Weekend Brand Weekend coming in again saying, quoting Jer's own words, saying, "First will be your YouTube, which is in violation of ban evasion. Easy takedown. And next will be your kick. I literally begged you to be reasonable. I tried everything." I know, look at his face. Is this another screen grab worthy moment? Let's so again, saying, "Check out my channel for the truth about coffee brand coffee and how it was owned by Zach Shutt of Meta PCs." And just look at Jer's face. Just look at this face. Oh my gosh, you're right. I missed it. Hambly licks dongs for 25 cents. And Jer is just seething at this point. He is seething. It's just, y'all did a number on this. You really did.
Her relationship. Like, this isn't just anybody. So if an average person.
So again, we've got Brad Cool out here in these streets saying trying to expose Jer for not actually owning coffee brand coffee. And because Jer couldn't ban any of these people out of the Crucibles chat, he does the only thing he can think of, which is...
Yeah, but I mean, we don't know who...
to close the chat, to hide the evidence against that his detractors are bringing against him. So it was Brad Cool that pushed him over the edge. Absolutely, Giles. The
source is
right.
Don't know any of this.
Then if you were in that department, wouldn't you want to, even you assign it?
Why would he have the chat open? He probably, Adlin, he probably didn't even think that it would be an issue. He should have had the whole thing in full screen the entire time. I don't know why he didn't. But again, I don't know why Jeremy does almost all of the things that he does. You know what I mean? He popped the chat out so you can still see it, but yeah, you're absolutely correct, Nightmare. Brad Cool is sleeping on a pile of W's. Absolutely. So good job. Good job, Hydra Nation. Give yourselves a round of applause for yesterday's I don't want to say shenaniganry, but just yesterday's gloriousness. We'll put it that way. Brad Cool is legend and legion. Absolutely.
I get death threats all the time.
Jeremy.
Actionable, like this idiot in Canada is getting arrested. But like most of them are unactionable. And I have called the FBI before.
Per year,
so he's trying to victim card himself again and say that everybody threatens me. I'm getting threatened all the time. I get threatened with that blah, 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 blah. Now, I'm not saying it's never happened, right? All I'm saying is I don't think it happens as much as he says it does. I genuinely believe he's he just has this victim complex. He needs to constantly be a victim. He needs to constantly be under attack, because if he's not, then he can't get the sympathy points from the dents.
You want back?
Yeah, but what was
your team wants to play video, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
there's a video.
Before they play this video, I have just one sponsor for this stream. I'm play right now, real quick, and we'll get right back to the debate. If you're like me, you're constantly...
He paused, so he refused to pause the stream to provide commentary to what they were watching, but then decides to pause the stream to stuff in an ad here.
Amazed at the amount of information, personal information about you that's online all over the internet, and basically all of us.
Also, I think it's absolutely hilarious that this is an ad for Aura, which deletes your information from data brokers, when we suspect what we do about what Jared's doing with his customers' data from coffeebrandcoffee.com.
Hate it.
And then there's just dead air again in the middle of this ad. He's showing all this stuff, and it's just like, what are we looking at here?
That's why
what
I'm
is
glad to have
happening?
this sponsor, Aura. Have you or someone you know ever had your identity stolen, been a victim of fraud, or been hacked, scammed, or doxxed? The thing is, how does it make you feel? That's already bad enough, but how does it make you feel
He's Aura-less.
knowing that data brokers are making billions of dollars selling personal information without your consent at all, as Aura for the same price?
The irony of all of this is not lost on me at all. And again, more dead air.
Aura is a US-based company whose business is protecting your information.
How do you fuck up a pre-recorded ad? I don't know, Reardon, but obviously Jer managed to find a way.
Not monetizing it. Take control now.
Candace said it's impossible to not believe.
They're actually willing to release things to you that are pertinent, other than thinking
Yeah, ring the triangle for real.
that perhaps you're diabolical.
Well, I don't know. I
and
just
don't
think
have the
I
best
feel like if I
intentions.
was
Right. I mean, I can share an anecdote right here.
Oh, Lord. We're getting a Hambly anecdote, guys. Be prepared.
I was very vocal with defending Erica Kirk from Candace Owens. I then received an invite to have a booth at AmFest. I don't think it's a coincidence that somebody at TPUSA said, hey, this guy is out there and he's not a total piece of shit and he's knocked on doors for us. Let's invite him.
Okay, we're gonna play devil's advocate here for a second, you guys. Hear me out. Okay, if TPUSA did invite Jared to AmFest last year, they gifted him that booth on Grifters Row. He did not get invited to Media Row by TPUSA or even by Rumble. And he's at that point, that was before all this Kino Casino stuff started too. He was on top of the world with Rumble. He really was. Instead, he got stuck on Grifters Row in the back of the hall next to the bathrooms and the emergency exit, tucked away where not a lot of people could find him. Again, he's just...
I didn't get to sit down with Erica or Charlie. But
No, of course you
TPUSA
didn't.
obviously invites people who engage with them in good faith, who support their mission. I wasn't paid to be there. They didn't
blocking the
pay
emergency
for my
exit.
flights. They didn't pay for my hotels. But they reached out and said, hey, you support our mission. You have a large audience. So we think we should combine forces. That's just how things normally work.
I don't necessarily believe this, just for the record. I really don't. I think he paid for that booth. Again, you can't take anything Hambly says. Is this another sticker, by the way? I think TPUSA told him he could go to AmFest. I think that part might be true, but I don't think that they gifted him that booth. I think he paid for it. That's just my feeling.
Going to release that information. I didn't demand that it be released to me. Yeah,
They've told me things too. But unlike Candace Owens, I don't share them online. When I share them, I say somebody told me. But I've gotten lots of information from TPUSA.
Who actually believes that? Who actually believes that TPUSA is feeding Jeremy TheQuartering Hambly information behind the scenes, even with all of the glazing he's done for them and Erica specifically. Yeah, I'm sure he paid for it too. Yeah. I don't believe this. I'm pressing the buzzer on this one, you guys. Nope. It's an X. It's a buzzer.
You know why? Because I'm not trying to destroy their company. You know why I don't screenshot and share the DMs? It's because I'm not a demon.
Oh, really? You don't screenshot and share DMs? Didn't you threaten Stuttering Craig that you were going to share all of your DMs publicly on X? You were going to screenshot those and share those publicly because you were trying to make Stuttering Craig look bad? And then when Stuttering Craig beat you to the punch and showed you the entire chat history from start to finish, it was just him being a professional content creator with you? You do share DMs. You do share emails. So then why are you lying?
And if you want to keep getting information, you don't betray somebody's trust. It's very simple.
I mean, I have to agree with him there. You don't betray trust of people that you work with. Anytime I've ever shown DMs in one of my videos from sources or people that I'm working with, like on the Kona stuff, to get information, I expressly ask them, hey, are you okay with me sharing just this portion of our conversation? And I will keep you anonymous. And I get their permission to do that. They say yes. They know it's going to be in a video. And then I make sure to take care and protect their information as best as I can. Hambly doesn't do that with integrity, though, does he? He does that maliciously. He does that so he can hold things against people for when the time is right for him to use it to that person's detriment and his benefit. That is how this man operates. That is what I think. That is totally my opinion, but that is based on everything that I have seen come from him and exposed over these last few months or so.
Bizarre.
Yeah, because they don't have a parent. They don't have a parent, and they've just suffered a trauma. You don't go into the office. You want to
protect your husband's legacy.
Yeah,
right?
No.
And you're trying.
I worked the day I loaded my dad into the hearse.
This is wild, by the way.
Because
why?
I have a team at the time of almost 10 people that needed me. My family needs me. I can cry after the show, in between the shows.
I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm being just a little too female coded here. And chat, you can tell me if I am or not. Maybe I'm just being a little too female coded with this. If one of my parents were to pass away and I was running a company with employees that depended on me, I would say, look, guys, this has just happened in my family. My family needs my undivided attention at the moment. So I know it's inconvenient, but I need a week to take care of my family, to get my affairs in order, and then we can pick up and move on from there. Instead, this was completely what he did and continuing to work. He was live. Guys, don't forget, Jer was live the day his father died. Not just the day of the funeral, like he admitted to here. The day Jer's father died, he was live. He is the only son. He wasn't there to help his mother. He wasn't there to help his sister. He left the women in his family to live stream and make a few dollars on YouTube. That is the type of man we're dealing with here. Obviously, this is all just my opinion. I have to say that because we know how Hambly is. But if it were me in his position, if that was my father that died that day, and I had a company and I had employees, I would have been like, guys, I have to deal with this. My father just died. I need a week to get everything sorted out. And you know what? 99% of the time, people understand that. They do. Most companies have bereavement leave for a reason because everybody gets it. Death is a part of life. Everyone's going to have to deal with it. And for him to take this position, I think, is incredibly cruel. And for him to do what he did to his mother that day upsets me quite a bit. It actually pisses me off a lot. I'm not going to lie.
Been in a lot of shootings, more than a handful of people, and this thing looked shady.
We're going to, okay. Now we just had that extremely heavy moment. Get ready to laugh. All right? Get ready to laugh, guys. Watch the screen. Here we go.
Off the bat. I mean, just, I've killed people closer than I saw the camera, and I've never...
Let me just take everything down for a second. The full moon is out tonight. Oh, yes, it is.
I've been in a lot of shootings, more than a handful of people, and this thing looked
grab
shady
some water
off
real
the
quick.
bat. I mean, just, I've killed people closer than I saw the camera.
Also, look,
Shady
water
off
real
the
quick.
bat.
look at
I mean, just,
the
I've
gut.
killed people
grab some water.
closer than...
Guys, just this is not 300 and what did he say he was? 330 pounds? This is not 330 pounds. I'm sorry, not on a 6'5" frame.
Then I saw the camera.
So we have Gunt with a side of full moon.
I've never...
And then he left. I sped this up again 4 times speed. You guys, he was gone for almost 4 minutes getting water. He had GLP diarrhea. You know, the GLPs can give you a trail of smears moment if you eat too much fat while you're taking them. That is very true. Guys, what do you guys think? How much has that share seen over the years? What do you guys think?
$10,000 or $10 million.
So he comes back. He's not carrying any water with him. Look at this. Watch what happens when he sits down. He doesn't have anything in his hands. Watch.
$10,000 or $10 million.
Nothing.
Team has resolved over $1 billion in tax.
He says, I let myself get dehydrated, but yet he did not come back with a cup or a tumbler or a bottle. Nothing. No water at all. Liar alert. Whoa, buddy.
Debt.
I let myself get a little dehydrated yesterday, and I'm not feeling so great today, but I'm catching up. Made 200 videos on Brie Larson. There's 6,200 people in here, and you're here hate watching. I mean, on a beautiful Friday. I don't know.
He did not. I mean, obviously that was a detractor in his chat. He did not have to acknowledge that comment at all. Look at his little cope face. Look at his cope face. I'm winning, guys. I'm winning against the detractors. I'm happy.
It's not a good life for you, bud. I hope better for you. I have a stalker in Andrew's chat. I have them everywhere. It's okay.
Again, playing a victim, saying, I have stalkers everywhere, guys.
By the way, now would be an okay time, I guess, while they're on break. Good news.
Here we go. Get ready.
TheQuartering
Here it
Coffee is
comes.
bringing out our variety K-Cup package just in time for Christmas. And we're bringing back our hot cocoa. So we can't do the gift boxes, but I can put together a delicious variety pack and some hot cocoa so you can get those for Christmas. But
again, expanding the product line to now I will say a variety pack is probably a good idea. I will give him that, right? Especially as an entry point for a new customer because it gives you a lot of options. But he's still introducing more products. He has too many SKUs. That's just my opinion. I think he has way too much inventory, and that's one of the issues he's having with Coffee Brand Coffee.
my coffee company is coffeebrandcoffee.com, and I would absolutely love if you gave us a chance today. And it's extremely well reviewed. We're an extremely small business, and I'm hoping that you'll support the show and pick up a bag today. It is also starting to be available via Walmart. A couple of our products are already live, and also Amazon. But when you order from our site, you generally get it within a day or two because Amazon fulfills the orders.
So then what's the difference if the customer wants to order it from Amazon or for you? I'll tell you what the difference is. It's what Crazy Sharp pointed out on X. Crazy Sharp theorizes that Jared gets a higher cut. He gets a higher profit margin when the customer buys directly from Coffee Brand Coffee rather than doing it through Amazon, because then he doesn't have to pay Amazon their cut of the sale.
Is your Turning Point's horse?
By the way, if you're watching me right now, we have the great blessing of being on the road.
And then he immediately starts talking over Candace and Andrew again to do his front page grift. Because I kept, you guys will see it in a second. I kept it in. We're gonna talk about this front page grift here real quick.
Make sure you click on the title and come through the video and follow the channel.
All right.
All right, you guys, if someone followed you everywhere that you went, recorded what you searched and studied your...
All right, what is the chat? What do we think, chat?
So he's got nothing to add.
What do we think?
He just starts asking chat for their opinions. Now, there's nothing wrong with asking chat, for their opinion on a thing. But you can't... He just is like, what do you think? And then he just offers... Hooray! Okay, I forgot where we were. My train of thought has been completely interrupted, so I'm going to back up about 20 seconds, and then we will reset because I don't remember what I was saying or where we were. So again, we just have dead air, licking his lips, saying nothing.
What do you guys think?
He says nothing and then just goes, what do you guys think? Jeremy.
She's doing the I know my truth bullish. Yeah, she is.
He couldn't even say shit.
I do want to give a huge shout out to Rumble Wallet real quick here. Absolutely love the product.
So 20 to 30 seconds of dead air and then straight into a Rumble Wallet ad.
I stand by everything I say.
I cut it out, by the way.
Which is actually probably the correct position for her to take. It's probably the smart position for her to take.
He's
looping. If you're one of the 7,000 people out there, the very kind people at Rumble have allowed me to be on the homepage today. Not
Here
always
we go.
there. So
Watch
if you can,
this.
do me a massive favor and just click the title. You'll see me right.
All right. I NASA enhanced it to make my point here. He Jeremy Hambley, TheQuartering, was the first in that first box position on Rumble's homepage where the video just automatically plays. He bumped Steven Crowder, who had 44,000 people in his chat. He bumped Candace Owens, who had 9.7 thousand people in his chat, and Andrew Wilson off of that front page spot. And I think he had, Reardon, correct me if I'm wrong, he had, I think, 5,000 or 6,000 people in his chat at this point. There is absolutely no way he should have bumped Crowder. He paid for it? I think so too. There's really no other way to describe it. There's absolutely no way he should have bumped Crowder. So.
Here, Candace Owens, Andrew Wilson. And lastly, before their closing arguments, I want to let you guys know the best way to support this channel.
And we're back.
If you're a coffee drinker,
we're back to coffee. We're back to Coffee Brand Coffee again.
Try. We have something like 30 different varieties right now.
And that's it. That was Jer's great reaction to the Candace Owens debate.